Hello, how we doing, team? Welcome back to the Minecraft Initium series. I'm having an awesome day. I hope you're doing great as well. And I'm sure you're asking me, Trifunctional, why are you standing on your front porch brandishing that axe? Well, that is because we need to finish tearing down this blunder of a building that we worked on yesterday. We're going to redesign this, go ahead and build it out of stone so that it doesn't burn down again. And then we're going to continue working on a few other small projects around the base. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on finishing up this this cobblestone farm, and I'll bring you back when I have a product here for you. And we're back, team. So I went ahead and got this all put together with, made some changes here. I built the building out of stone so that it won't start on fire, and put a little bit of a sloping stone roof on it. It's not the best looking building in the world, but it is functional, and so that's we're gonna call it good. And so it's not gonna burn down. So that is the most important thing. So on to the next project. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put together an automated sugarcane farm, which we have a ton of sugarcane that we can farm around the outer edge of this lake, which is semi-convenient, but it gets kind of annoying trying to go around the whole outer edge of the lake to harvest all of the sugarcane. So I'm going to set up a little bit of an automated sugarcane farm that's going to be using observers to observe when the sugarcane grows to its full height. And then once it does get to its full height, a piston will knock it down, and then a hopper cart will pick it up and put it into a chest for me. So we'll be constantly collecting sugarcane while we're working on other projects, and then we can use that to turn into paper, and then use the paper to trade with librarians to further our quest for the mending book using our trading hall over there. So I'm going to put in some work on the automated sugarcane farm, and I'll bring you back and show you what I got. Alright, team, and we're back. So I went ahead and I threw together a sugarcane automated farm. Now, this isn't my design. I went ahead and I followed iJevin's Observer Sugarcane Farm tutorial for this. And then down below I have a hopper cart pickup system that I followed Impulse SV's tutorial for that part of it. And so I'll put the links for both of those in the description so that if anybody else wants to get this set up, it's pretty simple to do. How it works is when the sugarcane grows up to its full height, which is the 3 tall, any of these observers will see it, and then the pistons at the second level will break the cane off and it'll fall down, and then the minecart hopper that I have going back and forth underneath here will pick up that sugarcane, bring it to this hopper into this chest, and it's set up with a little bit of a redstone system to make it so that the hopper will stop when it's unloading the items, and then it won't continue moving on until it has finished unloading everything. So just so that we can see this work, I'll go ahead and throw a couple of sugarcane down. Looks like there are a couple already growing there. And so let me just throw a couple on here. And so it breaks it all, and then the hopper picks it all up, stops, unloads, and we have our sugarcane in our chest. So that's going to be convenient for getting some passive sugarcane as we're working around the area. So we're going to go ahead and cover this on up and call that project done, and on to the next project. Now for the next one, we're going to do another observer farm, but this time we're going to set up an observer pumpkin farm, and it is iJevin's tutorial that we're following for this one as well. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this one together, and then I'll bring you back for that. And of course, I'll throw the link for this tutorial down in the description as well. But we'll be right back after I get this one set up. Alright, team, and we're back. So I went ahead and I got the the crusher part and the observer part of the pumpkin farm taken care of here. And so as the pumpkins grow up, they will spawn a pumpkin on that grassy part in front of the pistons. And then the observer block will see that the pumpkin has spawned. It will activate the sticky piston, which will drag the this observer block over next to the piston down here. And let me just break out the side here. So it'll just drag this one over top of this piston, and it'll activate this piston and break the pumpkin. And then we're going to have the same minecart hopper system down below to pick up the pumpkins that get taken care of, or that get crushed by these pistons as well. And I can go ahead and throw in a pumpkin just so that we can see this in action. Just throw it there, that pumpkin got destroyed, throw it there, that pumpkin got destroyed. So, and then our minecart system will pick up all the pumpkins that get destroyed by the pistons here. So, as far as the minecart hopper system, I'm just going to dig out a little bit of an area here, and then we'll go ahead and get the this minecart hopper system set up. I figure I'll let you tag along. It's pretty simple to set up, so it shouldn't take too long. But I'm going to go ahead and dig this out off camera real quick, then I'll bring you back as I'm placing the rails and everything for the minecart hopper system. Alright team, so I got our area dug out here, and so I'm going to start placing my rails down. Now I'm going to go with powered rails just so I can make sure that the hopper minecart doesn't stop at any point along the way here. And I'm just going to make a little U shape and bring it over to here, and then we'll place a solid block there so that it'll bounce back and continue on its journey around the loop. And then right here we're going to place a normal rail. We're going to place our chest down right here, and then we're going to place our hopper going into the chest. And then one last powered rail that we will throw on top of our hopper here. And let's go ahead and throw in a lever so that we can power all of these powered rails down in here. And let me go ahead and find a good spot for this. There we go. Alright, and so now as far as this hopper is concerned, we're going to go ahead and set up our little redstone contraption to get this all powered up. And so we'll go ahead and, just to make things look nice, I'm going to throw down some stone just on the ground over here. And so let me go ahead and throw that down. Then we're going to throw our comparator down right here, and we're going to have that go into a stone block, and then we're going to need to dig out a little bit further here. And so with this stone block on this side, we're going to have a redstone torch. We're going to have a block on top of this, and I'm burying myself here. Let's go ahead and throw down a repeater, and then a stone block right here. And so, and now I don't have any of my tools on my hotbar. There we go. Let's break that out. So now this is our little setup that will make it so that when the hopper minecart has a load in it that it needs to unload, it'll stop and unload it before continuing on. So let's just throw down our minecart with the hopper. You can see it goes around our little U-shaped loop here, and looks like it stopped for a second. It must have, yep, picked up a little bit of dirt. So it looks like that is working how we want it to work. And let's go ahead and demonstrate that this is working again by throwing in another pumpkin. I'm just gonna throw some dirt down so that I'm not falling in that hole. So we'll throw down our pumpkin. You can see it will disappear there when the hopper minecart goes by. And Let's go ahead and, yep, that one disappears. And then it stops, it unloads. Our 2 pumpkins are in our system here. So this is going to be useful for getting us some a passive income of some pumpkins going as well. And so we're going to be able to use the paper we make from the sugarcane and the pumpkins to trade with our villagers to get more emeralds and to further our quest for that mending book. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in this, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, team, so we got a few automatic projects taken care of here, automatic farms. We got our sugarcane farm, our pumpkin farm. We set up the building for our cobblestone farm. And so for the last part of the video here, I figure we'll go ahead and put together an automatic cactus farm. Because cactus can be useful for a number of different things. And so this one I don't have planned out ahead of time, so we'll go ahead and see how this goes. This could go horribly wrong. But I'm going to go ahead and start by digging out a little bit of an area and get a little bit of a foundation going, and then I'll bring it back in a second. Alright, team. So I went ahead and I did a little bit of plotting here, and so this is basically going to be the setup. We're going to have a 5x5 grid of these slabs, and we're going to have a block of sand and a cactus on top, and then in between, just one block in the diagonal there, we're going to have some sort of block. I'm thinking glowstone because I think it'll look cool, and it'll also provide light for the cactus when when it is nighttime, so they'll continue to grow at that point in time. The reason for this block is once the cactus grows up, if there's anything within a 1 block radius all around it, the cactus will break and fall off. And then underneath, we're going to have a water stream that leads over to some hoppers and a chest over in this area. And this is, I'm not following a tutorial necessarily for this, but this is something that I saw, I believe it was Iskall do on his Hermitcraft Season 5 series with his cactus farm. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more progress done. I'll bring you back in just a little bit. And we're back, team. So I went ahead and I got my slabs and my sand and my cacti and my glowstone all set up here. So this should be a functioning farm at the moment. As this cactus grows, it should just break off and fall down below. So the next step, we're going to go ahead and get our water stream set up. We're going to push everything over into a chest that we're going to set up down here. So let's go ahead and grab out our chest and our hoppers. And so let's go ahead and we'll have the middle hopper go into the chest. We're going to have this hopper go into the middle hopper. And then this hopper also goes into the middle hopper. And we're going to push all of the water this way. So let's go ahead and get our water streams going. And so we're going to just create an infinite water source by placing every other block. And we're going to get everything pushing towards the center. And so I figured that this would probably be the case where we would run into the water stopping. So at this point, let's go ahead and go down a level so that we can continue our water streams. And that actually means that we're going to need to lower our hoppers as well. And so let me go ahead and get out the big gun shovel. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this taken care of. And I'll do a little bit of maintenance on the water streams real quick and get this set up, and then I'll bring you back in a second. Alright, team, so we're back. So I've got my water streams all set up. I believe I have the current set up correctly so that everything will be funneled into these hoppers that I have down here. Now, as you can see, I must have been mistaken, as far as setting up the cactus breaking off. Looks like it needs to be immediately to the left or right. It can't be on a diagonal like I have some of them. So some of the cactus is breaking off, but I do need to fix the ones that are on a diagonal there. And yep, we just got that cactus that just busted off there. So looks like our water streams are working. Now I just need to fix the placement of our glowstone to make it so that we can actually break off all of the cactus as they grow. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that and be right back in a second. Alright team, so I went ahead and I got this fixed so that there is either fence posts or glowstone between every cactus so that they all break off when they do grow and then all collect down in the chest. Now, I ran out of glowstone, and unfortunately I lost quite a bit of glowstone to the cactus as I was removing it to replace it. But so I used the fence stone, or the oak fence around the outer layers here. I almost wish I would have done it the opposite way with the glowstone on the outside and then the fence on the inside. But eventually I'll just go gather more glowstone from the nether and then replace the fence, the oak fence with the glowstone to make it all look uniform. And if we look down in our chest, we've already got 11 cactus, so this is already working pretty well. Oh, another glowstone. But yeah, so this is already working pretty good. This is going to be a nice passive income of some cactus. Looks like I actually have a dead spot in my current here on the outer edge, so that's something that I'll need to play around with as well, getting all of the currents right as well. So we've got quite a bit done today. We got the cactus farm done, we got the sugarcane farm, the pumpkin farm, and we've fixed the building for the cobblestone farm. So thank you for joining me with getting some maintenance done around the base, getting some sweet automatic farms set up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit a like or hit the like button on the video. That helps me out quite a bit. Again, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see the daily videos. And if you have any questions about any of the farms, or if you have any suggestions, make sure to leave a comment. I love that feedback. But I will see you in the next episode. I'll catch you on the flip side.